For BWYellowJackets.com, I'm Brendan Gulick, getting you ready for This Week in BW Athletics. And boy, will it be a fun week for the Yellow Jackets. Lots of teams down the stretch here of their winter campaigns, and everybody's excited for tournament time. It starts this evening with the OAC basketball tournament underway. The quarterfinals are tonight. The Yellow Jacket ladies locked up the 2 seed, and so they are hosting a 7th-seeded Ohio Northern team that has been incredibly good in OAC tournaments of late. In fact, they have won the tournament 4 times the last 9 years, so the Yellow Jackets have a big test ahead of them coming tonight. The Yellow Jackets on the ladies' side, we'll start with them because on top of tonight's game, here's a little bit of some recent history. And unfortunately, the last couple years, the tournament hasn't been kind to BW. You might remember last year, the team went on the road and lost a quarterfinal game at Otterbein. 2 years ago, as the 2 seed, they had to bye all the way to the semifinals. The structure of the tournament was different then, and BW, in a bye in the semifinals, ended up losing to Wilmington after having beaten them in the regular season finale just a few days prior. You've got to go back 3 seasons since the last Yellow Jacket OAC tournament victory, and they went all the way to the OAC championship game before losing at Mount Union in the 2016 season. Of course, the 2015 season, the last time the Jackets won the tournament, and in that tournament they beat Capital in the championship game and got the league's automatic bid into the NCAA dance. So hopefully this will be a good year for the Jackets. I know they're excited for Ohio Northern, having split with them in the regular season, and BW won the home game that they played against the Polar Bears. That game tips off at 7 o'clock tonight. On the men's side, they also have the OAC tournament beginning this evening, and they've got the Wilmington Quakers, who are a very dangerous 4 seed. BW's men are the 5 seed in the conference tournament this year, and they've played Wilmington in 2 tight games, but they've lost both of those. So maybe the third time's the charm for BW's men as they look to get back deeper into this tournament. 2 good runs the last couple years. Jackets lost in the semifinals last year. They lost in the OAC championship game 2 years ago. So hopefully another good run for BW on the men's basketball side as well. Those games are both at 7 o'clock tonight. Men at Wilmington, women at home against Ohio Northern. Should they win, they will play again on Thursday. The ladies, if they win, are guaranteed a home game. The men, it depends on how things go, but it would take an upset of the 1 versus 8 game in order for the men to be at home on Thursday. They would most likely play at Capital, but again, the Crusaders have to win their game here this evening as well. So semifinals Thursday, and should there be an OAC championship game for the basketball teams, those would be on Saturday. The women's game would be an afternoon game. The men's game for an OAC championship would be Saturday night. So that's the outlook for basketball this week. And as it turns out, there's a lot more than just basketball going on for sure, as the spring sports seasons are very much moving along. Thursday's the only competition would be basketball. There is no competition on Wednesday this week. So you jump all the way to Friday before you see any of our other teams competing across campus. But this is a big weekend for the wrestling team. They're going to be at the NCAA Central Regional Championships. Those will be at Wabash in Indiana. A big opportunity for the wrestling team. One more chance for the 4-time defending OAC champions to try to punch some individual marks into the national championships coming up in a few weeks after that. So good luck to the wrestling team. Of course, they are the reigning team champions at the regional championship last year. This is also the big weekend of the OAC indoor track meet. The conference indoor meet is at Ohio Northern, and it will start on Friday. Both the men and women's indoor track and field team competing this weekend. They get rolling at noon on Friday. The baseball team is scheduled to play several games this weekend, and of course this time of year everything is weather dependent. But as it stands right now, Friday has a baseball game at Ferrum, which is out in Virginia, and they would play at Ferrum all weekend but against a couple of different opponents. We'll see how things shake out, but at least that's what the schedule is for now. And the men's tennis team gets underway here on Friday. It'll be their first action of the spring. They've got Penn State Barron over in North Ridgeville, so good luck to our men's tennis team. Saturday, actually, you know what? I think I said that backwards. It's the second meeting of the year. The men's tennis team played Washington and Jefferson last weekend and beat them. So the second weekend for men's tennis in the spring. On Saturday, the wrestling meet continues. The indoor conference track meet continues as well. And the baseball team is scheduled to play Denison on Saturday. That game would be down in Virginia. Men's lacrosse would have their season opener on Saturday. They've got Grove City in a non-conference game to get things started. 1 o'clock for Grove City and BW and men's lacrosse. On the women's lacrosse side, they've also got their conference opener. They're going to play the Colonels from Center College at 3:30 on Saturday, and both those games will be over in Berea at Finney Stadium. The women's tennis team also plays this weekend. They've got a 4 o'clock opportunity to clash with Worcester, and that will be a competition held at Paramount Tennis Center down in Medina. So good luck to the women's tennis team competing on Saturday. And then, of course, on Sunday would be the final baseball game of the weekend, should the weather hold up. It would be UMass Dartmouth and the Yellow Jackets, and again, it would be at Ferrum, which is a school in Virginia. So that's what we're looking at, and what will definitely be a busy week and weekend in Yellow Jacket athletics. Certainly with the track team and the wrestling team and the basketball teams competing in their conference championship tournaments, we really hope that they perform at a high level. Good luck to them, and we'll keep you updated all week long with live broadcasts, live stats, and certainly on social media, bwyellowjackets.com.